Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club. This one is very late. We're gonna literally just be talking about the Mandalorian because I've got 3 episodes to catch up on because I've been slacking. I do really want to do these weekly, but yeah. So let's go back to Mandalorian episode 5. I actually liked this episode. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this was relatively filler, and after watching it I was a little bit annoyed because in a way it has like no direction, and that far into the series we should be having some direction as to where the series is going. But I can't be mad at that episode for the pure reason of we got to see Zeb. Seeing Zeb, oh my god, well, I saw him walk up to the bar and I was like, oh my god, is that who I think it is? And I was like, I don't think it is. And then he opened his mouth, spoke, and I was like, it is. He looked so good. They did such a good job with his CGI, and I think he just looked brilliant. Every time as well we have a battle like this one where it was the Mandalorians v the pirates, it makes me realise once again how awful Boba Fett was done. Like, look at that battle in the city and look how weak that was and how rubbish, and like it just didn't give me anything. And then look at this show where the streets are being blown up and there's Mandalorians and you got Paz Vizsla with his turret, and then you've got the Arborists just like smacking people with it was just perfect. And then the way that they're developing the Bo-Katan character is just brilliant. She is essentially a centre point of this TV show now, and I'm kind of glad that she is because she adds so much. It's such a great character. I think easily like becoming in my top 10 characters of Star Wars. So yeah, even though this was technically a filler episode, I have no complaints. I'm gonna say it. Mandalorian season 3 episode 6 is probably the worst episode of Mandalorian they have ever released. Was it cool to see the droids? Yeah, they looked really nice, and seeing them really well done in live action was really cool to see. Is that the only thing that I actually enjoyed about this episode? Yeah. First, let's talk about Lizzo. There's just no need to put Lizzo, and even Jack Black to an extent, in a show like this, but especially Lizzo. She's not an actor. I don't even think she actively enjoys Star Wars. Just give the role to a different actor. And the thing is like having Lizzo in it adds nothing at all to the episode. It just is there just for pure marketing, and that just takes me completely out of the Star Wars universe and the story watching it. And just, that's what I watch Star Wars for, to take me into a different universe. Seeing Lizzo, I'm just like with a franchise as big as Star Wars as well, you can literally make acting careers, and to give it to already famous people just for a bit of marketing is almost just like selfish. To say we've only got 2 more episodes after this episode is mental. I wouldn't mind episodes like this that are just pure filler if we had more time with the Mandalorian. If it was like 14 to 16 episodes like the Bad Batches, then yeah, chuck one of these episodes in. But it's not. There's 3 episodes left and you're giving me Lizzo, and there's been no direction to the series really at all thus far. It's just frustrating, man, honestly. Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber at the end, like, I get it and it's cool for the Bo-Katan character, but then it's like, why have we spent so long seeing Din with the Darksaber and him trying to come to terms with the Darksaber and learning how to use it and all that, because then now that just all feels really pointless for him to give it away at the first chance that he can get. And yeah, I know he's been trying to get rid of it ever since he got it, really, but it would have been so much better, I think, for his character and his character arc to have seen him develop and grow as a character and accept his position with the Darksaber. And if he wants to, you know, still give the role of leader of the Mandalorians to Bo-Katan, great, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. Plus, I absolutely loved seeing Din with the Darksaber. I thought it just looked so cool. And yeah, Bo-Katan does do too. Thank God for the Mandalorian episode 7, because after episode 6 I had lost all faith, but episode 7 restored all the faith that I had. This episode was fantastic. It was a great length. It didn't feel like it dragged, it didn't feel like it was too short. Everything in this episode was just brilliant. Having Moff Gideon return, I wish we'd got that like maybe like an episode before, so we had a little bit more time with Moff and seeing his return come. But I do kind of get it for, you know, developing Bo-Katan and all those other characters, but that corridor scene of him walking down was just so good. And then we get to see the Shadow Council, and that's just full of little Easter eggs. We've got Thrawn's second-hand man, we've got Hux' like dad, I think. Honestly, just the mention, or like just someone saying the word Thrawn gets me so excited. Like when they just say Thrawn's return, it just gets me so hyped. And then just seeing them all like return to Mandalore and just all that, I think is so cool to see. It's something that I thought was gonna be this entire series. It annoys me that we had to wait till the second to last episode to get this, but as I say, I do kind of get it. The armourer is giving me such sus vibes. I think she is probably working with Moff Gideon or some form of that, because she's just, I don't know, she just gives me a vibe, and I don't like the vibe I get off her. Then we had Paz Vizsla. I mean, to be honest, I've not really ever liked that guy. He's been annoying. Probably one of the most annoying Mandalorians because how stubborn and uptight he is. But seeing his death, and when the door shut and he was like, this is the way. Oh my god. That was just such a great ending for a character, and the final fight, it was just, and seeing the guards, oh the god, they did such a good job with that whole scene. Seeing little Grogu like absolutely distraught because Din's being just absolutely ripped away. I genuinely was scared for a second. I was like, hold on, are they gonna kill off Din? Like, what? But imagine they do like the memory wipe thing that they did in episode 3 on that doctor. Imagine they do that to Din and he like forgets Grogu or something. I'm scared. I'm scared what they're going to do with Din. I'm scared. The finale is next week, and I need it now. I need it now. But then I'm gonna have a Mandalorian shaped hole in my week again, which makes me sad. But Ahsoka, the Ahsoka trailer looked so good. Oh my god, it looks brilliant. The thing is, watching it almost has like a Clone Wars Rebels like feel to it. Like, it feels animated, which I actually think fits it really well. Seeing just all of the Ghost crew makes me so happy. We didn't even see Ezra, but just seeing him on a little hologram, I cannot wait for the Ahsoka show. I think it's going to be so good every episode. I don't think they've even got any time for any filler. Seeing Hera, and it looks brilliant. I saw the back of Thrawn's head and I literally lost my mind. I can't wait for this character. I've literally, you can't see it because it's blurred, but like behind me I've got the Thrawn books and I'm reading them again because I'm just that excited for him. And the news that we're getting Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn as well, it's going to be perfect. He looks exactly like him. He knows the part, he knows the character, he's going to do it so well. Stuff like this always makes me really sad that we have the sequels and how bad they are, because imagine we were getting this content like in Bad Batch, how we saw the hints about them tested on clones, and then in Mandalorian them putting even more effort into like the clones, and imagine the theories that we could have. Imagine thinking like, shit, are they going to try and clone the Emperor? And then seeing that pay off in a bigger film like the sequels. It makes me sad that they're already out, because now we're filling a gap to try and make something bad better, whereas it could have just been built up to this and it could have been so good. But regardless, Ahsoka is easily in my top 3, if not top 2 Star Wars characters. I love the character. I can't wait to see what they do with her, and I just hope she doesn't die, to be honest, because I'm not ready to say goodbye to her. It'd be great to see her like pop up in a future film, like even if it's the film about Rey 15 years into the future. But then actually her voice like speaks over Rey at the end, so maybe that means that she is dead. Oh no, now I'm scared. But anyway, that has been all from me. If you have enjoyed, or if you've watched any of these shows, let me know what you thought and let me know what you're excited for. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video.